My name's Derek, also known as City Needs Me. You can find me on all social media platforms at City Needs Me. Today we're playing an away game. We're at .5 Gallery, and it is on Butler Street in Etna, PA. And today we have our guest, who's currently has an exhibit at his gallery. It's MalcolmXavier.
What's going on, guys?
This is curated by Corey O'Shea. And today we have wings from Back To The Foodture and wine. It is Cali Red 19 Crimes, Snoop Dogg on the label. You already know I had 19 Crimes a few times on Wings and Wine, but definitely haven't had the Snoop one on here yet, so we definitely want to try that out. But today, Malcolm, how are you doing today?
Doing good yourself, man. I don't even drink wine, so this is going to be a fun experience.
Okay.
So how you do it? You got to spin it?
I mean, you about to take a sip before I did, so it's nothing wine. You know, sometimes you smell it.
Okay, you
smell it around.
Okay.
Push it around like mouthwash a little bit. Try to taste what's in there.
Okay.
That's what professionals do, but I'm not a professional, so that's what we're going to drink today. Have a little bit of wings. We're going to talk about some artwork and just talk about life in general.
Man, that wine hit stronger than some tequila hit.
Yeah.
Strong like that. That's a little different flavor.
Well, you know, people say that red wine makes me sleep, so don't fall asleep on here.
No, I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm doing good today, man.
That's good.
I'm doing good.
This is a beautiful exhibit that we have here. Alter Ego?
Yes, Alter Ego.
Okay.
The whole theme of the exhibit is two artists, one mind.
Okay.
There's a book by Tara Hollins called Alter Ego. I recommend all artists read it. And it actually empowered the body of this exhibit of having my new style, which is the gold teeth and the shades of beauty, and combining with some of my older work. So that we get two artists with one mind.
Okay, that's dope.
Thanks, man.
How did you come to that idea?
It actually just kind of came when I got contacted by .5 to do an exhibit.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I need something that's going to stand out.
Yeah.
And I love the book Alter Ego. Like, I probably read it once a month.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's a lot of jewels in the book. But I was like, man, you know what? Like, let me take this idea and let me form it into a visual artist.
Yeah.
Point. And I came up with this. I'm like, man, just cut the whole gallery in half. And then so, as you can see when we do the B-roll for this, you're able to see half of the gallery is one style art, another half is the other. One took in the Alter Ego, a pink Pablo, which is everything on the left side.
Okay.
And then MalcolmXavier, MX7, everything on the right side.
Yeah.
So it actually embodies the Alter Ego. That's what I got pink on right now.
All right, that's dope. I understand that. So, let me ask you a question. Since we're doing Wings and Wine, we're going to talk about the art.
Okay, yeah.
But since we're talking about Wings and Wine, you said you're not a big wine drinker.
Not a wine drinker.
Okay.
Tequila drinker.
Okay.
Tequila Blanco, you know. Pablo Blanco, I'm going to say
it. Any specific tequila?
I love Puff Tequila, Darion.
Oh, the Darion, okay.
Darion, my favorite, bro. I mean, you know, people got their preferences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black men don't make, black men don't drink. That's kind of how I rock out with it.
Okay. Yeah, I do tequila too. Like if I'm doing hard liquor, I'm doing tequila.
Yeah.
So I kind of started on Jose years ago.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then I was like, I got a little bit older, and I'm like, that ain't really quality tequila. Yeah. So then I did get the Avion and the DeLeon, Patron, Don Julio. That 1942.
1942 is good.
Yeah.
But you know, in my opinion, if you chill that DeLeon just right, get it cold.
Yeah.
Man, it tastes better than 1942.
Okay.
Smoother.
I never had it cold. Okay.
See, I prefer all my liquor cold.
Yeah.
So I chill all my stuff.
Okay.
Inside the deep freezer in the basement, all my stuff down there. And,
yeah.
I prefer it over 1942.
Okay.
The taste is better.
Yeah.
To me, cold.
Right.
If it's warm, yeah, you know it's always sketchy. But cold, you gotta try it cold. Right?
Okay.
You gotta try it cold.
Well, we're gonna get you on this wine. We're gonna switch you over.
Yeah. I'm trying. You know, we're drinking a little Snoop Dogg bottle. You know what I'm saying?
So the wings, though, when you're dealing with wings, what is your preference?
Oh man, I'm a wing lover, dude.
Okay.
I grill. I just couldn't grill because you know what I'm saying, like what we got going on right now. But I love wings. I'm a flat person.
Okay.
I'm the guy that orders all flats when I go to the bar. I like a little bit of kick. So what flavors do we have here? So I know what I'm biting into.
So I got Black Magic.
Okay. And that's the one with the less. That's the one with the less.
Right.
Okay.
And then you got the Sweet Cajun. I'm not a big spicy wing eater. I don't do a lot of spicy stuff.
Yeah.
So when you asked for the Sweet Cajun, I was like, should I get that? I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then start tearing up on camera.
This is good.
Yeah.
But I love spicy wings. So I go hard. This is real good, man. Skin of cook good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm saying, flavor's good.
Back to the Future is black owned too. So I wanted to try them out. I wanted to try them out for quite some time now. They're located on East Corson Street on Southside. Definitely should check them out. Very hospitable. It was quick too with getting the wings together and everything.
Mm.
They talk to you, everything like that. When they come in, it's not just business. It's personable. So I like that about them.
I'm gonna pull up on them.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
Good shit.
Yeah. Now there's 19 Crimes. This Cali Red. I like it because I like 19 Crimes. You know what I mean? I've kind of shifted away from it, just trying other things. But when you're dealing with 19 Crimes, and I heard you say it was kind of strong. This is 19 Crimes is actually one of the stronger wines. So yeah, I can definitely understand that. Can't just straight take it to the head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go straight in, but it's definitely strong.
Yeah,
it's definitely strong. So like, when you drink red wine, do you prefer the sweet one or the dry? Is this sweet or dry? I don't know.
It's more like a blend. So this is like a little blend of dry and sweet on that. So it won't get the straight bitter taste of a dry wine, but you'll get a little bit of that sweet taste in there too. So the blends typically hit good for people that aren't used to drinking a lot of wine. It is good, but I'm telling you, after a while, you'll probably transition to the dry.
So this wine is like the ultra ego exhibit. It's half and half.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that.
I like how you switch it up.
Yeah. You got to, you know what I'm saying? It look good though. I like that though.
So let me ask you about you mentioned the pink Pablo and you had the pink shirt on today. And that's it seems like that's a lot of inspiration for you on that.
Yeah.
Tell me more about why that color.
I mean, so first of all, when I started this journey, I wanted to make sure we break down mental health boundaries.
Okay.
So all of the pink Pablo stuff we see on the wall have to tie to mental health. And I think the idea of pink Pablo is to demasculate this fake sense that we don't need therapy.
Right. Okay.
Pablo's a strong name. You hear Pablo, you think of strength.
Right.
You hear pink and you think of soft.
Yeah.
Girly, light. And combine them two together to break down the stigma.
Okay.
About therapy, of understanding our pain or trauma. So that's what the pink Pablo came from.
Okay, that's deep.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely deep.
I've been going to therapy for a long time, so
yeah.
I'm not going to all black men to go to therapy, or all men to go to therapy.
Yeah, I applaud you on that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, because honestly, it takes. I know people see therapy in our culture. I'll say this: growing up, they'll see therapy as a weakness.
True.
Not even just men seeing it. It was men and women.
Yeah.
A lot of
it's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of like older women, they would say to me, you don't need therapy. You need, Jesus can fix that and everything. And yes, Jesus can fix all, in my opinion. But I think that people are sent down here to help us.
True.
You know what I mean?
True. And I think too, though, it's breaking the stigma. You know
right.
What I mean? So for me, I have a mental wellness coach.
Okay.
That's what I call my therapist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Use him to make me better in times when I'm not where I need to be at.
Okay.
So that stigma is slowly breaking because people are talking. We talk about therapy.
Right.
The art is referred to as therapy with therapeutic references in it.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, it's going to be a slow journey, but the next generation of kids will understand that a therapist can help you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a therapist in life.
Right.
Nothing. It makes you stronger, honestly.
Can I ask a personal question about that? Did you start doing art prior to therapy, or?
I've been doing art since I was 2.
Okay.
So this is what I do.
Yeah.
I have cut back on doing. I cut back in actually practicing art for a long time.
Yeah.
And coming back to it, I've been doing art my whole life. Therapy for me, I suffer from like a PTSD issues.
Okay.
So for me, it's able to sleep,
Yeah.
able to be able to deal with certain anxieties and depressions and know how to deal with it. And then being able to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell all my friends, like, if I really got love for you,
Right.
I'm pushing you to go to therapy.
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now you mentioned also that art is therapeutic to you.
Yeah, it is.
Can you explain why that is therapeutic to you as, in relation to what you're saying as far as going to a therapist? How is art therapy to you?
I think art is a tool of expression. As you express yourself through art, it's needed. As a kid, I stuttered real bad as a kid. Super bad as a kid, I stuttered. And it taught me so many lessons in life. And I think when I was younger, drawing was more easier than talking.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then over time, you get to the point where you're like, man, like you gotta practice and work on this.
Yeah.
And that's the same with art. You have to start at one point and you practice and work on your craft. Yeah. It's another level. So for me, art is a free space. I create by myself most of the time, except for when I'm live painting.
Okay.
It's a free space to just express myself however I choose to in that moment. Articulate my feelings maybe in a way that I can't articulate verbally.
Okay, I feel that. So, I mean, in that way, art is basically a language too.
You
know, because you have to.
True.
It's all about your interpretation of it as well.
Correct.
Because you as an artist, you have your interpretation, but me as a stranger may come in, and I may see something completely different than what you saw when you were painting something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I like how you said that because a lot of things I talk about on there is communication. Yeah. And art is definitely a form of communication.
Oh, definitely is.
You know what I mean?
And I think, to apply that to Instagram and where I have my most level on the success act, that's why the tool is so great for artists. Okay. Because you're able to take your ideal and actually tell everyone exactly where you're feeling. Okay. So I tell artists that I mentor, like, it's okay to share your emotions and be vulnerable. And if it's something that you're not comfortable with, just don't share it. Right. You know what I mean? But it connects you to your collector's one.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. So you also mentioned Instagram. Tell the people what your Instagram is.
It's MalcolmXavier7. Okay. That's on all platforms: Twitter, Pinterest, Clubhouse. All the good platforms. My Instagram right now is at 23K, I think, or 24K in that one.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah.
We're gonna hit 30 before the end of the year.
So. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 30 after this episode. Probably. So let's go deeper into alter ego right now. Tell me about some of the pieces that you have here.
We have so many beautiful pieces. Let me take a sip of this wine.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We have so many beautiful pieces here, and it's a journey. Okay. I was telling one of my potential collectors last week of the journey. Okay. And we start from the Shades of Beauty collection, which withhold Nefertiti's 24. Okay. It also holds A Mother's Love, which is actually a picture of my mom and my baby sister from almost 25 years ago that I recreated that moment. Like my mom, a cancer survivor. Yeah. So having her with us means a lot, and we, expressing that in a form of art, I feel like I had to do for this show. Okay. Then we have a Beyonce piece, which symbolizes the woman's power. Right. And then we transitioned that into the gold smile teeth, into the golden teeth, and that was the whole piece behind us, the Nipsey piece, Trisha's Baby, Dexter, and a couple other pieces. Okay. Yeah, but some of the other pieces. Trisha's Baby is my favorite out of that collection. Probably never saw the original for that one. Okay.
Yeah. So you want to keep that one?
Yeah, that's mine.
Tell me about that one then.
Trisha's Baby is actually a young black boy. Okay. Sitting in the field. In the field, you see green, and you also see black. Mm-hmm. And that just shows the concept of life. We always have light and dark inside our world. And he's so pure at that point. You just see this kid with big gold teeth smile on his face. He's ecstatic with life. Yeah. And the piece really symbolizes the insecurity, the It actually symbolizes the innocenceness that we all born with.
Yeah.
So when you're innocent, you're just carefree in life.
Right.
That's what that baby symbolizes. But the money over the eyes, the building blocks and the basketball cup and the American flag symbolizes that the trenches can change him.
Yeah.
I feel like none of us was born as savages.
Right.
But the trenches can make us one. I've been one, so
Yeah.
I understand how it happens. And we all born so pure hearted.
Yeah.
And the trenches made us savages.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, I love that painting. I think it touches you. Like it's one of those things like when you walk into a building, you're immediately gonna see that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Fact. I mean, if you look at the ball,
Yeah.
it symbolizes the game that America played with us.
Yeah.
So the piece is so deep.
Yeah.
With the building block symbolizes like everything comes together.
Yeah.
For good or bad.
Right.
And then the boy has the black like metals inside his heart. I mean, he's pure.
Yeah.
He's in a pure creation.
Yeah. I mean that one's amazing.
Yeah, that's what
I mean all this work is amazing. That one definitely touches you, and I mean the colors are there too. Like you know, the colors like really hit you and everything.
Thank you. I pride myself on the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pride myself on the colors. Yeah, but that's my favorite piece out of the whole gallery. Yeah. But there's so many amazing pieces.
Right.
I think we got 14 pieces currently right now.
Okay.
In the gallery, some are for sale.
Yeah.
Policy at Prince for sale as well.
Okay. I was here for the opening, and I mean, I immediately seen people coming in when the doors were opening up.
Right.
Seeing not only just it was like a family that I first saw come in here, but you were interacting with a young. I think she was an artist.
Yeah,
too,
she's
right?
a young artist. She was a 16-year-old young lady.
Yeah.
Beautiful soul.
Yeah.
Very well mannered, soft spoken.
Yeah.
And we actually gave her some art supplies.
Okay.
Corey went back and hooked her up with a bunch of stuff. He's the guy that curated the show.
Right.
He hooked her up with a bunch of stuff. I gave her a talk about how she needs to use her social media. That's really what I love to work with artists with. And hopefully that we help shift her in a way where she can live off of art.
Right.
It's so simple to do it nowadays. I think people just not fully aware of all the tools that they have.
Yeah.
So I gave her some tools. I'm gonna link back up with her.
Right.
And gave her a whole bunch of other back to school supplies and all that type of stuff. And she was a sweet young lady, man.
That's dope because it's not that you're just using your art for business or just for your own. Even you mentioned mental health. I mean, it's not only for your own mental health purposes. You're also inspiring other people.
Oh yeah, that's
you're inspiring the youth because one of the big things for me, a lot of times even like working within the church and stuff like that, if we don't reach out to the youth, then how do we expect the future to be any different than what the current is? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I mean, in my opinion, I reach out to artists. Like, I understand the value in what we do. Yeah. So I'll try my best to teach that to as many artists as possible.
Okay.
As many different lanes as possible.
Yeah.
So for me, if you're an artist out there, tap in with me, and if I can help you, I will help you get you to the next level from Instagram or in live shows, whatever. In the last 2 years, I had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
As you know,
right.
Because you actually won the piece that I gave away for Juneteenth.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
A 10 grand piece that just slipped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that
was.
I take care of my people.
Yeah. That was definitely dope.
Thanks, man.
It was interesting too. Whenever I had it was a scavenger hunt. Pop Shanny did it, and it was through Black Art Expo.
Yeah, shout out to Nine Cafe and those my people.
Yeah, so whenever I had won the painting, I had they were like, Shanny was like, you have to go get the piece, but it would be like 11 o'clock. I'm like,
yeah, you know, cafe now,
I'll pull up and go to the door. And I had been there before, but I had been there like during normal business hours. You know what I mean? Somebody comes open the door and they're like, you know, I had to tell them what I was there for. I won the painting. And they gave it to me. I didn't expect it to be that big.
I think. Well, trying to think back, that joint's what 36 by 48.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's 36 by 48. That's the African piece that I did with the tape.
Yeah.
It's well. Yeah. And I think I I don't remember if I posted that piece or not before.
You
did.
I did. But I think you had said that you were giving it away for the capture.
Yeah. And that was for the Juneteenth celebration. I'm happy that you wanted to.
People were in my DM too. They're like, oh, I win that. But I knew, like, because I had won something before on, like, when I heard tribute things. So I was on there quick. And I got on there, like, immediately. And then I'm glad I won that one, though. Yeah. Like, there were, like, great pieces on there, but I'm glad I won that one.
Yeah, I know. As soon as she DM'd me, like, yo, he won it, I was like, oh, I'm so happy. I told you. I said, man, pull up. Make sure you got the trunk set up if you need it.
Because I actually had bought a piece a few weeks, like maybe a couple months back.
You already been supporting. I'm going to try some chicken though.
Yeah. Definitely.
And you get your Sweet Cajun?
Yeah, right.
Ooh, I like that kick on it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like
I ain't trying. I'm old. I actually went to Mad Max one time years ago, and I had tried something, and it was extra hot. I was in there crying.
Bro,
I was in there crying on a date.
I can eat this all day long, bro. On a date?
Yeah, crying. So I was like, oh, I can't do this again.
I can do spicy chicken all day long.
Yeah. Now you say you're a flats guy too, though.
Yeah. I grill too, though.
I can't win. You know what I mean? Don't tell me you're a blue cheese guy. Though.
Oh no, I'm a ranch guy. Who eats blue cheese? I know it's a running joke on your show.
Yeah.
I know ranch. I mean,
right.
But to keep it honest, I make my own sauce.
Okay.
So I make my own sauce. I don't need no blue cheese, no ranch, no nothing.
Yeah, you was talking real big about how you could make the best wings. I was expecting it. You know what I'm saying? But
it was raining.
Yeah, I thought you was running scared. You know.
You had my wings, but you don't want to touch none of this.
Okay.
It's a little different game. Okay. But so I asked you a question. So when you was here to open today, and when you first walked in the door, what was the first piece that caught your attention? And I'm sorry, that's what kind of gets you feel.
It's definitely the Pink Pablo though. Because I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. Yeah. I'm a Jay-Z fanatic. So when I seen that, I saw I think you had posted it before, so I was like, oh yeah, I love that. You know what I mean? So it was immediately what I looked at, and it kind of took me to like, is that him from like a Rock Nation brunch?
It's a brunch.
Yeah, right.
That's 2019.
Right.
Portion 19. That picture, the whole picture is something special. I probably actually won't sell that one too though. But that symbolizes freedom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I look at Hope. I'm a big Hope fan. It's
okay.
Man, my whole life, Hope everything. Hope can't do no wrong in my eyes, even when the man do wrong.
Yeah.
I think that piece symbolizes freedom.
Okay.
Just think about it. You go from a man who we never seen Hope with long hair. We never seen Hope's whole journey. What 20? How long Hope been in the game? 24, 25 years. Because
Reasonable Doubt came out.
Yeah, 25 years. We never seen him with long hair.
Right.
We never see him walk with such levels of being himself.
Right.
It's a level of freedom that comes with that.
Yeah.
That's freedom.
Yeah.
To walk in a room and be like, yo, I'm me.
Yeah.
Long hair, pink.
Yeah.
Pink jacket wore 1 year. He wore the baby blue another year.
Mauve.
I'm sorry, Mauve, not pink. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that comes with a level of freedom.
Yeah. Right.
And the Jay-Z piece was the first piece of the Pablo series.
Okay. Yeah.
And it really struck a creative freedom towards me.
Yeah.
And it came together, man. The hair, man, the bandana.
Yeah.
And just creating it, it was a free state. It was a free state. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It was free.
And honestly, whether people like Jay-Z or they don't, they can't ignore his influence on the culture. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been the person to say that whatever he does, everybody else starts to follow at some point in time.
Take it one step farther. 444 was a therapy session.
Right. And that's what I was going to get into as well.
Therapy session. So that piece for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Therapy session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do certain things that break barriers, and when you're a barrier breaker, people not gonna like you. People not gonna like me. People not gonna like you. If you break a barrier, that comes with it. And when you're a true artist, that is your goal. I want to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I want to make you feel like I got a second thing in my belief system.
Right. Yeah.
No matter what that is.
Yeah. I mean, it comes with a sense of vulnerability like you said, like we never saw him with the long hair and everything. I mean, you start to see the growth of him. You know what I mean? And it's I think that comes with him being a family man, becoming a married man, his everything becoming public with his issues that he had. I think sometimes you have some vulnerability there that leads you to that point where you do have to focus on your mental health as well. You know what I mean? I think that came with him, and I think he's always been with somebody for his people, but that's like his main focus now. You know what I mean? That's like that's what you see him doing.
I think before your family, I think before your team, before your people, you gotta be free with yourself.
Right.
Being free is contagious.
Yeah.
You hang out with me long enough, bro, you're gonna realize you can be free because it's a contagious feel.
Yeah.
And when he hit that level of true freedom, oh, bro, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Can't do anything with it.
Can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And I think that piece symbolizes so much. Like I encourage people to get that print.
Yeah. Right.
Put that print in your house.
Yeah.
Really understand what it means.
Okay.
Look at it every day. Your mentality is going to change because art changes your environment.
Right. Yeah.
It's freedom.
Yeah.
You want freedom, you got to look at freedom every day.
And it definitely changed, like you said, well, art changes your environment. I mean, if you go in somebody's house and you look at their walls, you know, you immediately start looking at things on the walls.
But you got to come to the house.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, you start looking at people's walls. My stepmom is an art collector, she's a black art collector. So you go into her home, she has this tapestry just hanging, huge tapestry, bigger than that painting. You know what I mean? That you get. So it's a black woman, and it's immediately when you walk up the steps, you see that.
You sure?
But then you start looking at the walls, and you start seeing other black art, and you start seeing, like how you stated with this gallery, it's a story. And that's what I start looking at over time. Like when I'm a kid, I'm not looking at it like that. But over time, I'm looking like this is a story. It's not a story. It's her story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Every collector had that story, and I think not to try to go, too deep without too long. We all should be art collectors.
Right.
And the reason for that saying is because we all have a story.
Yeah.
The art you view every day helps shape your story.
Yeah.
If it's a flower pot, if it's a book, if it's a magazine, if it's prints, if it's original, you shape your story.
Right.
So for you to actually change where you're at mentally, you have to change what you see every day. Exactly. And that starts off with a piece of art. Yeah. I preach this, don't go to Kmart's or don't go to Walmart's or don't go to TJ Maxx. Find you a black artist or find you a artist. I don't care about black. Find you a artist. Buy work. Yeah. Paint your house with stuff that moves you personally. Yeah. And man, you project through change. Right. It changed, man.
And even with like how you mentioned how you come up a lot on Instagram, you can find these black artists on Instagram. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Twitter. When you're scrolling through your timeline, don't always look for the negative things or what everybody's doing that's in their life. Think about what's going on in your life and look at what things can change in your life by the things that you purchase, the things that you look at. Because when you're looking at the art, that can change your mindset.
I'm about to say the same thing. I think Instagram is the first thing that we curate.
Right.
We curate Instagram. Now, if you are an artist, you curate your page. You're a curator, you curate the vibe. Yeah. You are a user by the way the algorithm works. You know, but I do this. Yeah. You curate what you post. So if somebody say, I'm getting them a negative feed, you are indulging. Right. You are finding joy in looking at gossip or fighting or whatever crazy stuff you're into. It's going to show you what you look at.
Yeah. Right. I feel you.
So everyone's a curator. You're not a follower. You're a curator. You're curating what you view. Yeah. So you curate your Instagram page with levels of success and greatness and freedom. Yeah. You won't find success, greatness, and freedom. Right. Because that's all that you're doing.
And I mean, I even noticed that with my own page because for a while I wasn't getting likes on certain things, and I'm like, like why am I not getting likes on certain things? And then I started to look at all my pages, and I looked at my Twitter. Yeah. And I looked at how many people I follow compared to how many people follow me. And my followers are more on Twitter than anything else. So what I started to do more often is I started to notice on Instagram, I was like, when I post stuff that I put on Twitter, people like what I say more than they like what I look like. You know what I'm saying? So I started posting my words because somebody told me in my DM, they said, because at one time I said I was going to stop doing it. stop posting as much. They said, no, what you say inspires me. What you say lifts me up sometimes on a bad day. So when I started posting my Twitter stuff on Instagram, I would see more shares. I don't necessarily have to see the likes, but I look at those shares and it's crazy.
I agree with you. So even for me looking at your Instagram page, right? What I would do if I was you now, I'm gonna be free game right now. So repeat this, right? Everything you say on Twitter works, right?
Yeah.
You record video of yourself saying them same things on Twitter.
Yeah.
Same thing you say on Twitter, you say on Instagram, but record yourself.
Yeah.
Instagram is a video platform now.
You're right.
Take them same daily joints you drop on Twitter, put on Twitter, sit back, think about it for a minute, like, yo, how can I curate this to fit but your page changed. That's free game. That's free game for everyone.
Okay.
You can say it on Twitter and your level of success. Say it on Instagram. Put the camera in front of your face.
Yeah.
You gotta pass all them insecurities.
Yeah.
Studying as a kid taught me failure breeds the most success, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, facts. I don't stutter no more. I stutter here and there, but I ain't bad. I used to be stuttering. Taught me failure brings the most success. I don't got no insecurity. I grew up in the form of insecurity.
Right. I feel that.
It taught me how to fight.
Yeah.
It taught me how to not take no shit from nobody.
Right.
And it taught me that I'm gonna always hit something wrong.
Yeah.
So you have to have that same approach when you're dealing with social media. And this is to my artists and to people who's in the creative realm and creators. You have to be free with it. Yeah. People used to make fun of me stuttering. I either punch it in the mouth, get sent to the sensible office, or just move on from it. Right. That's what life is. Yeah. So even for you, I would post on videos the same tweets you type up first, make videos and talk about it. It's going to trigger more reaction because they get to see your face. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about no fresh cut. Don't worry about all that. Just hop off the porch. Yeah. People who follow you want to be there. Right. That's a good point. That's a great point. And those who don't, block them. Right. Yeah. So let me ask you about that then. When did you come to that realization? I think, so I might have been in like 4th or 5th grade, right? I actually started a little bad back then. One of the brothers in the mosque sat me down and he said, you know, everybody want to have something to say. Yeah. So you can either choose to answer with violence, which sometimes is needed. It is. Yeah. Or you can choose to be better the next day from it. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that moment stuck with me my whole life. Yeah. So when I get mad, man, like I ain't trying to go to that. That's my last resort. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it taught me you always have a choice. Yeah. And when you're failing, and stuttering, and somebody want to make fun of you, and the whole class is laughing, bro, that's a trauma experience. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So it taught me in that moment of like, man, like I came back and but it taught me failure was needed. Yeah. And I've been failing my whole career, my whole life. Yeah. It don't bother me. It's lessons. Failure is part of success. Facts. Failure is success. Cool. In a sense, you know what I mean? So, I mean, when you think about it, if you haven't failed, you ain't tried. How are you gonna bounce back when you do? Because everybody's gonna fail at some point in time. But not that, but failure is a part of growth. Yeah. Right? So when you fail, you grow. Right. We all have failures. Yeah. Every artist did a piece, did a show that thought be amazing, and it flopped. I had no moments. Yeah. I had months where I might have made 10, 20K. Right. Months I might have made $200. Right. You know what I'm saying? That is a failure. Yeah. But it's a reality. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't bend and break under that pressure of failure, that would make you a real individual. So let me ask you this. We're talking about failure, and you said you made 10, 20K in a month one time, but then you made 200. What would you say to an artist, either young or somebody that's just thinking about giving up, that I only made $200 this month? Maybe I should just go the route that my parents told me that I should just go back to the 9 to 5 and just focus on that. What would you tell that person that's willing to give up, but they know they have a talent? I think every situation is different. I don't preach to any artist to jump off the porch. Remember that. I don't preach to them to just quit your job tomorrow and do what you want. Right. I do preach to them, use your time wisely. Mm-hmm. And if you have a job, I recommend you getting a job if you're going to be a painter.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it gives you stability to fail.
Right.
I tell people all the time, people make bad decisions in desperation.
Yeah.
So you may be a talented artist, but if you're desperate to get money, you're liable to do wild stuff. So, you know, you have a job to keep you grounded and you create, and then when you hit the point where you make it and you feel comfortable, jump off that porch.
Yeah.
The failure is natural. I didn't sell art for the first year with me creating.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
I was still trying to find my bag. Once I caught my bag, it was like boom.
Right.
Once I figured out Instagram, that's why you gotta have a mentor to push you in the right direction. Once
Yeah.
I figured out Instagram and figured out how to, I'm gonna push this here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do videos and photos, etc., etc. That's when it sells happening.
And I feel you on that. I mean, like, I'm not quitting my 9 to 5 right now. I mean, my 9 to 5 gives me benefits, and it has that stability.
Right.
And we're in a state now that I feel like you don't always have to quit your 9 to 5 to fulfill your passion. You can still go after your passion and still have 9 to 5 until to the point where it gets to the point where you have to shift your way. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens, yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah,
right. I mean, like, so everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
But get you a mentor to help you define your journey.
Yeah.
And that's where the game change happens.
Now, mentorship, I think, is very important. So, how did you find like any of your mentors that you like? How did you seek them out, or did they find you?
One of my closest mentors is Mr. Doug. I've known Mr. Doug my whole life growing up, bro. And I give a lot of where I'm at now to Mr. Doug.
Okay.
I think sometimes you find mentors in life that you don't know you find.
Yeah.
And when they come into your life, you gotta wrap your arms around that mentor.
Yeah.
And you gotta listen to anything they say.
Okay.
You don't have to execute on anything they say.
Yeah.
But you gotta listen.
Right.
Mr. Doug taught me so much about life,
Yeah.
art, being driven, passionate.
Yeah.
That I feel without him, I wouldn't be the man I am now in the creative space.
Okay.
So I think to find your mentor, you got to find you someone that you connect with. You got to have a genuine bond with that person.
Yeah. But I think that goes back to what you said earlier about finding yourself first.
So yeah.
You know what I mean?
But a good mentor help you find yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
A good mentor help you find yourself.
Yeah.
When me and Mr. Doug folks reconnected, and I'm gonna use Mr. Doug as one of my, he's my go-to art mentor. He's probably watching this video smiling. He's a Scorpio like me. He helped define who I am as an artist now.
Okay.
I tell him that.
Yeah.
Pushing me creatively.
Yeah.
Giving me ideals. Never telling me what I'm doing is good or bad, but saying like, Malcolm, how can you, you know what I'm saying, take to the next level?
Yeah.
I use oil pastels because of Mr. Dog.
Oh,
so when him do white, I'm like, I gotta touch that.
Yeah.
Cause we got competition because I look up to him in such a way where competition is needed.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool, but I'm gonna do it in my own way, but I still need the input from you. So I think finding a mentor is simple. It's just a conversation. If you need a mentor, hit my DM. If I can't help you, I will. Mm-hmm. And that's all my young artists.
That's dope. That's dope.
I want to help artists like Mr. Doug help me.
Right.
Yeah.
So when his DM gets flooded,
yeah. But it be flooded now, bro. It don't really
we got
bother
100 people with a mentor.
It don't bother me, man. I got something for y'all.
But that mentorship becomes a master class. Just understand that's what was about.
Mm-hmm. I got something to touch for them. And now, I mean that young artists or artists of any age in life.
No. Yeah.
Ask me questions.
Yeah. You're not flying. So let me ask this though, because I noticed a lot of your paintings, it has resin, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So what brought you to that?